أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وإن تبدوا ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله فيغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, all praises are due to Allah. May the peace and blessings be upon His Prophet. Brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Insha'Allah, Allah has blessed us today with His blessings and surely would continue from where we had stopped. And as we know, our class has always been take an ayah to reflect, to ponder what Allah wants us to do. Of course, this is the boundaries of Allah that we've been commanded to abide by. Yes, last week we did mention about debt and how it is done during our traveling. But before that, it took us a few weeks to read and reflect the longest ayah in the Quran, which clearly states that during our transactions where I am getting something from you, what shall I do? We were told, write it with witnesses and do it right. Well, as if we've asked Allah, what about if we are traveling? We are told, well, what about security? And some people have mentioned mortgage. I'm giving you something to keep so that when I am back, what we've agreed on, I am taking my property back. And that is farihanum maqabuda. But also, if you trust each other, well, execute that trust, then fear Allah. Do not conceal your witness. And for those who do that, surely have ill heart, sinful heart, and Allah knows it all. That was our class last week. Fear Allah in your trusts or transactions. Fear Allah. Because sometimes shaitan comes to you, the other person forgot. Fear Allah in whatever you do. Remember trust and relationship. is the most important thing you have. When there is trust, more blessings is on the way. Today, we are reading Ayah 284, as I recited. لِلَّهِ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. What is the connection? Because let's remember, whenever we read the word of Allah, surely there is connection in most cases with the previous one. The previous one was telling us how to execute such a monumental tax, that Allah bestowed on our shoulders. Trust, contract, that it is very, very important to execute it well. And it is about things that we do all the time. I give you, you give me back. What can we do to protect that relationship? That's what we do, trust and relations. And now we are also told, Lillahi ma fi samawati wa ma fil ard. That which is in the heavens and that which is on the earth, Lillah, belongs to Allah. Belongs to our Creator. Now, connecting these with that tells you very clearly, do not conceal any trust. Do not. Right? Is that what he said? Do not. No, better you have to conceal, but do not disclose. Do not reveal that which you have executed. Keep it. Make sure you do it right. Now, if you hide the truth, you are going to be held accountable. If you hide it, there is accountability. So always make sure you do it right. Now, what I have, I believe it is mine, right? Or you just brought my trap. It's mine, right? Yeah. But where is the origin of the trap? Who really owns the trap? Okay? They're going to say, okay, I got it. The giver is who? Allah. No, forget about even you who actually talking about the property. What about you? You are part of the creation of who? Allah. So it is not only the property, but even yourself, the owner of that property, belong to Allah. So when I'm dealing with you, yeah, it is mine, it is yours, this individualism that has dominated our lives today. Remember, that thing could be easily taken by Allah because Allah owns it. How many people yesterday were amongst the rich? Yesterday were amongst the healthy ones, but today, nothing. So what it means is that Allah owns it all. Lillahi ma fi samawati wa ma fil ard. Also, some of our scholars have mentioned that the connection between these and the past verses is that Allah has spoken about all that we need in this surah. Because this is the end of Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah spoke about everything. About our ibadat, meaning our act of worship, and also our mu'amalat, our relations, and other things Allah has spoken in Surah Al-Baqarah. So to conclude, remember that everything belongs to Allah. وَإِن تُبْدُوا مَا فِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَوْ تُخْفُوهُ يُحَاسِبْكُم بِهِ اللَّهُ. وَإِن تُبْدُوا. Now, if you bring it out, if you reveal that which is in your heart, or you conceal it, nobody knows, يُحَاسِبُكُمُ اللَّهُ بِهِ اللَّهُ. Allah will hold you accountable. If you reveal, meaning if you act upon it, you will be held accountable. If you leave it in, just because you are beginning to think about it, you are going to be held accountable. Allah. Can we? No. And now, I intend to do something. Although I did not do it yet, I'm held accountable. And if I do it, I'm held accountable. This is dangerous, serious. وَإِن تُبْدُوا مَا فِي أَنفُسِكُمْ. If you bring it out, أَوْ تُخْفُوهُ, or you let it in without exposing it, bringing it, acting upon it, يُحَاسِبُكُم بِهِ اللَّهُ. Surely Allah will ask you for it, for that. Now, when this ayah was revealed, the companions, including Abu Bakr, Umar, and others like Abdurrahman bin Auf, Muaz, went to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to say, "O Prophet of Allah, we've been asked to pray, starting with the Aqidah, believing in the oneness of Allah. Yes, we've been asked to execute certain beliefs, certain rites. Yes, we did that. But this is going to be too hard. Whatever it is in our heart, we will be asked for it. Whether we execute it or not, we shall be held accountable. We can't. We can't, O Prophet of Allah." And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said this to them: "Are you saying, as the people of the books said before you, Sami'na wa asayna, we heard, but we can't"? That's what the hadith says. Are you going to say what the people of the book before you said? We heard, but we could not execute it. Sami'na wa asayna. Well, yours is to say Sami'na. What is the opposite of Sami'na wa asayna? Sami'na wa ata'na. We heard and we would obey. And Allah help us to execute that. So then, after the Prophet ﷺ gave them that guidance, Allah revealed the next ayahs that inshaAllah we will read. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah will not overburden us. Part of it is whatever you think of doing, as long as you did not do, if it is good, khalaf Allah, what will happen? You shall be rewarded, right? Just thinking about it, that I will do this, and it is an act of righteousness, it is indeed something good, you are going to be rewarded for thinking about it, for that thought. It is positive. You are going to be rewarded. One reward. Abdullah, you wanted to give me $1,000. Well, that's what you said. You wanted to give me $1,000, and you said, oh my God, you didn't say anything. By you thinking about it, you have one reward. By you thinking about it, one reward. Then when you execute it, 10 or 700 or even more. إنما يوفى الصابرون أجرهم بغير حساب. For those who are patient, Allah would reward them abundantly. Allah, it is innumerable, cannot be counted. So here, when it comes to good deeds, by thinking about it, you have what? One reward. By you executing it, you have 10 or more. When it is good. What about when it is bad? By you thinking about it, you shall not be held accountable. When you execute it, follow up with action, one sin, and not 10 as good deed. So let's remember, always, yes, our actions are based on our thinking. Do not allow shaitan to play with you. Because, look, especially when we are hungry. Oh my God. Remember the story I told you? I went to this store, and I went there where everything was fine. I bought whatever I bought, and this clerk was so generous. And I asked the store, and I asked the lady, could you give me extra bag? And she said, no, we don't have bags left. And that changed everything. We don't have bags left. What about those that would come and buy after me? Well, we have few bags. And Ali, I don't know what happened to me. And I said to her, you are mean. Oh my God. Oh my God. I said, what? You are mean. You know, what? She was, I don't know what got into me to use that word. And she said, what? That's not right. Oh my God, I exploded more. And she said, no, I need to talk to my manager about this. I said, I'm waiting for your manager. And she went did not reach where the manager is, and she came back. By that time, I was angry and left. I was sitting in my car, and I said to myself, you call yourself, people call you Imam, right?
Yeah.
People call you Imam, and you accept being Imam, right, Abdul Rahman? I said, yes. What did you just did? What you did, do you think that is the way a good Imam will do? I started questioning myself. And I said, you're right. You're right. This is ugly. Well, go back and apologize. And I said, no, not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. Maybe tomorrow. No, you need to go back. So please, it's night. I was talking to myself.
Yep.
I grabbed my car. Wallahi, I was thinking about it, Omar. When I got home, wallahi, that was the first thing I told my wife. And she said, that's bad. Why did you do that? This was just recent. And I don't know. Maybe the stress of work. I don't know. I just don't know. You see, وَإِمَّا يَنْزَغَنَّكَ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ نَزْغٌ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ. Always remember, distance would come in your way. Seek refuge in Allah. Wallahi, I was thinking about it throughout the night, the next day, as I was coming, because it's on my way. From where? So, it's not going to take that long, maybe 20 more minutes and we'll be going, okay? And I bought Dunkin' Donuts. And I went to the store. Said, where is the lady who was here yesterday around this time? He said, she's not. And I said, well, I brought some donuts just to say I'm sorry. They started to laugh. I said, what? It was so kind and generous. I said, please talk to her that I'm sorry. And after 2-3 days, I came back and the manager said, well, thank you very, very much. What a generous man. I said, please, because I am here to repair the damage that I caused. No, she understood it. And guess what? We became good friends. When I go to the store now, oh, this is the Imam. The Imam is here. He is willing to take responsibilities, yes. We have to. Forget about the titles that you have. When you are wrong, accept being wrong and apologize. So that is a very, very important point. Let's understand. وَإِن تُبُدُوا مَا فِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَوْ تُخْفُوهُ, whether you bring it out or whether you hid it, يُحَاسِبُكُمْ بِهِ اللَّهُ, Allah will hold you accountable. Here, this ayah, our scholars have argument. There are those who said this ayah is nasakh, abrogated by لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah will not hold us accountable except that which we have been able to. But there are also those who said no, there is no abrogations here, but rather it is in the hereafter. We are different kind. There are people that they intend to do evil, but then change their mind. But there are people that intend to do evil, but did not get the chance to do. Is there a difference between the two? He intends to do evil, but did not bring it out, did not plan to execute it. But there are people that plan to do evil, and by doing so, although they did not get the chance to do, but had they had the chance, they will have done it. That is the interpretation of some of our scholarship. Yes?
So, someone who intends to do something, but for whatever circumstance couldn't do it, but if they had that circumstance, they would. That would be a sin?
The situation, he intends to do evil, but he came in, they were gods. He did not do it because of the God. Had it not because of the God, he would have executed. Some of the scholars said he would be held accountable. Because if not because of the God, he would have executed it. But there are those, he came in and he looked, he just wanted to do it. But then he said, I'm going to cause harm. I don't like these people. I just don't like them. I wish they are not alive, but did not execute anything and what? Still with hatred to that community. He would not be held accountable. The first one is different. He came in, something stopped him. If not because of that something, he would have done it. That is going to go, according to some, I said, Allah, some, not sort of Jamhur, it is some scholarship. However, those amongst our scholars who said this ayah has been abrogated by the one common nest has more power, more strength than this statement trying to rationalize that, yeah, it is this person or that person. Because that is sometimes very difficult to actually understand. So, majority of our scholarship are of the view that this ayah is abrogated. But remember, there are those that do not believe in abrogation itself. They would prefer to find a way. Those who do not believe in abrogation are those claiming that, well, when you do this or you do that, you would be punished or not punished. And there are those who also, the third view, that this ayah is part of the rules of Allah in the hereafter. Okay? In the hereafter. Not in the dunya. In the hereafter. But all is our scholarship. It is not a revelation from Allah. It's not from Wahy al-Matlub. Likewise, it's not from Wahy غير Matlub. So, وَإِن تُبْدُوا مَا فِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَوْ تُخْفُوهُ يُحَاسِبْكُم بِاللَّهِ فَيَغْفِرُ لِمَن يَشَاءُ وَيُعَذِّبُ مَن يَشَاءُ. Allah forgives whomever He will. وَيُعَذِّبُ مَن يَشَاءُ. Allah punishes whomever He will. And remember, وَاللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Allah على كل شيء everything قدير. That's what? Able. This ayah is speaking specifically about two very, very important attributes of Allah. Al-ilm wal-qudra. Knowledge of Allah, it all. That's why we start lillahi ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. Allah owns all that is in the heavens, and Allah created them. Allah knows each one of them in details. And then at the end, Qadir, He's able. His ability is limitless. The knowledge of Allah, of everything, the power of Allah to do anything that He will. Today, you do not have. Tomorrow, Allah may give. Today, you have. Tomorrow, Allah may choose that you don't have. So remember this reality, and always, regardless of what you happen to be today, go easy and appreciate the Creator of all. So inshallah we will end our session here, because I'm thinking about this snow. One of my cars is buried, although kids are at home, but we know very well the responsibilities all over. So we will end our session here, and inshallah continue next week. Next week would be what date? 26?
27th, I believe.
27? Well, we will take that 27 off. Like Omar,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Yeah.
The 27, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have few lectures here and there, so we will take that 27 off, and then we'll be back on the
3rd?
On the 3rd?
3rd of January is next Sunday?
Okay. We'll be back on the 3rd?
Yeah.
Okay, inshallah. Any quick question? Well, if we do not have question, let's remember whatever we do, Allah is there. Allah owns it all, including us. Let's do it right and do not accommodate evil thoughts. Evil thought, because eventually what happens is that you're thinking evil before you realize you become evil. So do not accommodate that at all. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Subhana Rabbika Rabbil Izzati Amma Yasifun. Wassalamun ala al-mursaleen. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.